Wendy, the first truly hybrid being. She carries a lot. Like, there's a lot of layers going on with this character before the transfer and then after the transfer. And there's a lot of questions that we have to ask. Is this really her? This is a question that we would look for in grad students in metaphysics. Daily, she's in a fight, trying to figure out what's really going on. But let's look at Wendy as a total piece, because she is a person, and we're saying this is human consciousness. And I'm going to call this the rare trauma stack. She has an immense amount of trauma placed on a very young mind. Even before the upload, she has this mortal illness, this wound that she carries. So that means prior to all this, she has all this medical post-traumatic stress. This is years of scans, tubes, hold still, we'll see. We don't know exactly what her illness was, but it seems like it was something that was kind of consuming the entire family. So there's a major trauma from this young person who was up to the point that you are going to die. Your body is killing you. And that brings on feelings like betrayal from your own body. Her own flesh was told you're going to die. And this doesn't just go away. This is core to who she is, because this was her first fight. This is the earliest signs of her being who she is. She's been anticipating grief all this time. She was mourning birthdays, futures, and normalcy in life that before these things were gone, because she knew she couldn't achieve them. So all that grief didn't evaporate when they hit a button. So there's a lot going into who that person is before anything else. She's got a full stack there. Then, of course, there's the transfer process itself. And even the I agree or I'm going to die, like, there's a lot of it still feels coerced. Because she does agree, but it's literally at the point of you're going to die otherwise. So then you get this fragmented sensory memories when she wakes up. The room is real, but you feel fake inside of your own body. She's feeling depersonalized in this new body from that first mirror reaction. Now, if you look in the mirror that first time and there's a conflict, it doesn't feel like you, it doesn't sound like you, it doesn't look like you, you're opening up a whole host of identity, body mismatchment. Every single morning, on top of having this heavy stack of trauma from being a kid who was told that you were going to die. So there's a lot going on there. Then she wakes up and the way that she's treated is completely different. You're giving handlers, you're called an asset. So she's 100% changed. She becomes chronically objectified, and her biggest fight in this series will always be to fight for her own agency, that I am a being, while the company is telling you, no, you're not, you're product. And they're going to treat her like she's product. That was a body that they gave her, Prodigy. So she's always going to be in that tug of war. And I think that Prodigy is definitely going to, if they're anything like Wayland, they're going to really enforce, they've already shown this enforcement of their property. So from that standpoint, she's already going to be feeling issues of like intimacy, attachment. It's going to be a problem. And I honestly, I think that Wendy, who seems like the calm exterior, I think she's going to pop at some point, because I think there's too much stuff going on there. So what we've got is a lot of stuff that we would see surface. Phantom illness, like scanning for failures despite having perfect vitals. This is going to be a part of her because of her illness. Her body did betray her, so she has a real life history of that. Flashbacks, over caretaking, her desire to take care of the kids because she's the first one is going to put a lot of weight on her. So we already kind of see it where she is more of the mother figure, despite having only slim advantages over them, maybe even no advantages. She's going to disassociate from command words, assets, properties, or project code name. Those could be things that either force her into true submission or give her explosive defiance, and we'll have to see what it is. There's also going to be a point of like introspective confusion. I'm not hungry anymore. I don't feel fatigue. I don't fear arousal. I don't get fear instincts. What does that do to the human psyche? And the long answer really is this really her? They've given a lot of indicators. Psychologically, this seems to be her. Core memories. She laughs at the same thing. She has the same kind of moral boundaries that she had previously. If she laughs at the same dumb joke but can't walk past suffering like she did previously, it's not a copy. This may show some real continuity. But we can never actually know these things. Does she have the same type of connections with people? Does she recognize love from her family, and will they be able to have those same bonds? Or is there something more to that? Is she now just company property? And that's a philosophical part that is going to be a big challenge for this, this young mind that still has access to all this information. So she's gonna fight with a lot of things. She's gonna wrestle with power versus true agency, having her own permission. She'll be taking up space, but she'll want to do things for herself, especially going against the grain of the company. This body trust rehab, she'll have to test this new chassis and learn this new body. She'll have to push pain, speed, endurance to see if it betrays her like what she's seen before. Is there an opportunity for healing? Who knows? I think in this environment, I would say the answer is no, that she's going to have to fight and say things like, I am not a demo. And if parts work, she's still this part sick child in this advanced being. So bottom line, there's so much going on with the psychology of Wendy that she's going to be the girl who almost died and the woman who refuses to be a product. So within that, we see a lot of real trauma with the illness, the procedure, and the system set up around her. If her memory and values and choices keep lining up, she has an opportunity to get through this, but I do see her more as a person who has the potential to pop in a major way, and I think that's what we're going to see in this story.